So in case you're unaware, there's like this new Jujutsu Kaisen character that got revealed recently, and he's straight up getting cooked online. And just looking at him, you can probably tell why said cookery is going down. And I'll get into that, but first let me explain like what this dude is exactly and where he's coming from. So first of all, he's coming from the new-ish Jujutsu Kaisen mobile game, Phantom Parade. Probably heard of it. And I guess he's coming out on like a new update for the game or something, not really sure. But obviously he is exclusive to that game. He's not like actually a part of the series. Although he looks like he could come from a movie very easily. But his name is allegedly Oboro Zetsu. And he is a special grade curse spirit. And his curse technique is also allegedly called Treasure of Bones and Fetus. And that makes sense because Gege likes to do a lot of fetus and womb related stuff with his domain expansions. But the effect of this is that he can take an opponent's curse technique by obtaining their blood, and then he can give the curse technique to another vessel, quote unquote. So this other vessel, not fully sure what it is. It looks like it is also a cursed spirit, but it could be like a Shikigami that has to do with his curse technique maybe. Like I said, we still don't have all the information on this guy yet. He kind of looks like a miniature nerfed version of Mahito's true form, which I'm assuming he was inspired by, at least. Like, this guy looks more true to Gege and Jujutsu Kaisen than Zetsu does, of course, which I'm pretty sure was the inspiration for this character's design. Like, whoever designed it, I'm not sure if it was Gege, and I'll get more into that too with Oboro Zetsu. But yeah, that curse technique is pretty freaking wild, right? It's like all for one from My Hero Academia. This already makes it one of the strongest curse techniques in the series by far. Like, imagine if there was somebody like in the manga right now who could just take somebody's curse technique and then just put it in a vessel or some kind of Shikigami, and then the Shikigami can use it. I know that Angel has something like that, and Sukuna may or may not have something like that, but this guy can just straight up do that. And what do you know, he does it to freaking Megumi. Yes, Megumi has the 10 shadows stripped from him, not only in the series, but also in this game as well, by this Oboro Zetsu individual. Apparently at some point in the game or the campaign, Megumi runs into this guy and he seemingly like activates his domain expansion, or Megumi like falls into the domain by accident. The domain actually looks kind of cool. It's kind of similar to Sukuna's almost, or at least the domain and like side of Yuji's head. Like if Malevolent Shrine was a closed domain. I guess that was always the implication of that sequence. But I'll give you some quick dialogue of how that sequence goes down. So Zetsu opens the domain and Megumi's like, "What's this?" And then Zetsu's like, "Welcome to my domain. I'm glad you came, Fushiguro Megumi." And then Megumi's like, "What, bleeding? There's a bit of pain in the palm. But if it's just this, then it shouldn't be a problem." "Huh? My strength is draining. What have you done?" Ugh. So yeah, Megumi doing the job yet again to a main villain in this series. That's fine. But also, like, another side effect of him taking your curse technique is that it like weakens you too. So it's like insane, almost overpowered, to be honest. I guess it would be overpowered if he himself could use the curse technique, but it's still pretty cool that he can have like a quote unquote vessel use it for him. Hey, but real quick guys, Gamer Supps just restocked their Jujutsu Kaisen Cursed Energy flavor. So now you can get yours in case you missed the first drop, which sold out rather quickly. And it comes in both caffeinated and non-caffeinated versions. And it has a nice raspberry tea flavor to it, which I'm a big fan of. I grew up on that stuff around the corner stores where I lived. And also, it's just like a nice collector's item to have as well. I mean, I know that I'm going to keep my canisters. And also, make sure you use code BIGZ at checkout for 10% off. I'll also have the link in the description. Thanks, guys. I'm not sure how far this can go. Like, I don't know if he can just keep taking curse techniques and keep applying them to the vessel, so it has like multiple. That would just be way too powerful, but maybe it is. But we also see Megumi get saved in this sequence. Like, Yuji breaks into the domain to save Megumi, which is cool. Yuji there to save the day. And I guess when Yuji comes into the domain, we get like a little inner sequence from Sukuna, and like Sukuna like observes Zetsu, and all he says is like, boring, which is, you know, totally like Sukuna. But to be honest, I thought Sukuna would be interested in Oboro Zetsu's technique here. It's pretty outstanding. But maybe Gege didn't write this. I don't really know how much he had to do with this. And that being said, you're probably thinking like, well, Oboro Zetsu doesn't look like a Gege character. And that is true. I mean, that's the first thought that I had, and it's actually the first thought that many people have, because that's why he's getting cooked. It's mainly his appearance that make people despise this guy. Like, they're just saying he looks terrible, doesn't look like he comes from the Jujutsu Kaisen world. They're saying he looks like a cross between like a Black Clover and a fairy tale character. And I gotta say, that's a pretty accurate comparison there. Which makes me think that Gege probably didn't design this character. Which is fine, maybe they're trying to go into a different direction, but yeah, he is the most different and odd looking curse that we've seen so far. I mean, he's kind of similar to Mahito a little bit, but not exactly, you know? Or maybe they were trying to get more cutesy with him. Not really sure. Making him into like a more accessible character to a different type of demo. I don't really know what they were doing with this. But aside from his aesthetic, I'm totally down with his curse technique. Like, it's awesome. Like, it's a really cool ability. I wish there was actually a character in the series who had this. Like, I always bring up Michizane Sugawara in my reviews, like the distant ancestor of both Gojo and Akotsu, who eventually became one of the 3 big vengeful spirits. It's like, it would have been cool if he had this ability. You know, just give him something like that. I don't mean just it has to be him, but just, you know, somebody like that that could realistically exist in the actual canonical Jujutsu Kaisen world. Oh, and going back to the curse technique, another cool thing that we actually see is Oboro's vessel guy using the 10 shadows, and he's able to use like new. Forgot to mention that, so that's a cool little sequence. And also, this game actually has more new exclusive characters to it. Actually, sorcerers. And these two actually look like they were designed by Gege. We've got a new girl character by the name of Saki Rindo, and then a new male character by the name of Kaito Yuki. Not really sure what their abilities are. I don't even know if it's honestly been revealed yet, but Saki has like these Nanami like things that she wraps around her hand, and I guess that has something to do with her curse technique. And then Kaito, I don't know, maybe he has some kind of like overhaul from My Hero type curse technique or something, not sure at all, but they look cool. And it's kind of too bad that they're just regulated to this game. They would be a shoe-in into the actual series, because apparently they're coming from the Fukuoka branch of Jujutsu High. Like, we've seen Tokyo and Kyoto, we haven't obviously seen Fukuoka yet, so that would have been a cool little part to add into the series. But yeah, it's a little too late for that. But yeah, this new character is getting absolutely crapped on online, which is like hilarious. And other than that, I think that's all of the information that we have for now on this. But let me know what you guys think about Oboro Zetsu in the comments. Do you like him? And if you don't like him, do you like his curse technique? Let me know in the comments. And also, if any of you artists out there have like a better design for this guy, put a link to like your Twitter or something, or wherever you're gonna post it, in the comments. I actually saw somebody do that on Reddit, and it turned out pretty fun. But other than that, if you guys liked it, please give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.